Hi, my name's Sue, and welcome to today's reflection. I'm reading from Mark chapter 3, verses 31 to 35. And then Jesus' mother and brothers arrived standing outside, and they sent someone in to call him. A crowd was sitting around him, and they told him, "Your mother and brothers are outside looking for you." "Who are my mother and brothers?" he asked. And then he looked at those seated in a circle around him and said, "Here are my mother and my brothers. Whoever does God's will is my brother and sister and mother." Do you remember that television programme, Family Fortunes? I often wondered when they were working it how the family members were chosen. To be honest, my immediate family is so small that it would be hard to pick a team of 5 members without including a couple of under 3-year-olds. And for me, the wider blood family is so unknown that the ones I do know have all the ancient history that I would need, but not the ability to travel to the studio to film a programme. Families take many forms, and it's the love for the family that keeps a family together. Love. Families, though, are whoever is included in our lives. One of my family members is a close friend. Many years ago, I was giving a difficult speech and I caught a look of pride in her eye, a sort of look that I would expect from my blood relatives. That particular moment is so important to me that I remember it 30 years on, and I'm telling you. So families are whoever are included in our lives. Now, households normally have family members on the inside and crowds on the outside. But if you think about this passage, we've got it the other way around. It's the crowd that's on the inside that Jesus is paying attention to. And it's the outside, that the family members, that he said, "No, hang on, you wait." And Jesus looks like he's snubbing his nearest and dearest in preference to the crowd. I don't believe that Jesus was a crowd pleaser, reveling in the intentions. He said too many times to people who had been involved in healing or to whom he had taught, he said too many times that they needed to keep quiet. I think that he had a twinkle in his eye and he was saying, this crowd is my family too. Now, do you know what that means? That means the crowd were God's family. So if the crowd that Jesus was talking to are part of God's family, you take that and extend it. And you are a close relative of Jesus. That's exciting. This upside downness epitomizes Jesus. He takes the normal and turns it upside down. He turned water into wine. Sick people were made well, and dying isn't the end. He also said, "Love your enemies." He turned that upside down. What? Especially the second cousin that still owes you the money that you lent him 3 years ago. Now, there's a big difference between loving, liking, and forgiveness. There are family members that we love, like, and forgive. There are family members that we love but cannot like. And as for forgiveness, that really needs to be sometimes an act of God. Sometimes only an intervention from God can make it okay. I was given a wonderful book from a friend of mine, and I love the motto, "I'm going to let God fix it, because if I fix it, I'm going to jail." There's been a couple of times this week I've gone to write an email to my bosses, and that thought has come into my head, let God fix it. You don't try and fix it. Very wise, because the emails I would have sent would not have done me any credit at all. So sometimes in a family, forgiveness is something that only God can help us with. Sometimes we can't do it on our own. God's family is everyone. The crowd, regardless of crimes, regardless of good deeds, regardless of religious belief. You, me, the homeless man or woman on the street. And we are required to ask God to help us to love everyone, even when we have to ask God to fix it, to stop us ending up in trouble. A short prayer. Lord, whose family includes those watching, me, King Charles and Tina Turner, we thank you for the love you offer us. Teach us to rely on you to sort out the stuff that needs fixing, so that we can be part of making your kingdom come here on earth. Amen. Have a lovely day.